Welcome, viewer, to Unveiling the Shadows, 3 urban legends unfolded. In the chilling tale, our story unfolds on a desolate road shrouded in darkness. A figure emerges from the shadows, appearing as if out of nowhere. The eerie ambience of the night sets the perfect backdrop for this haunting encounter, where every detail feels intensified under the moon's watchful eye. A solitary driver, driven by a mix of curiosity and caution, pulls over for the enigmatic hitchhiker. As the car door opens, a palpable silence envelops them. A silence so profound it seems to muffle the very heartbeat of the night. This moment of quiet forebodes an unsettling journey ahead, marking the start of an otherworldly adventure. The hitchhiker, with a voice barely above a whisper, utters a location that sends a shiver down the driver's spine. There's an inexplicable familiarity to the name, as if it were plucked from a forgotten dream. The hitchhiker's request, simple yet mysterious, lures them deeper into the unknown. As they drive, an unnatural chill permeates the car, seeping into every corner like a winter's frost. It's a cold that goes beyond physical discomfort, touching the very soul with its icy fingers. The atmosphere thickens with anticipation, hinting at secrets yet to be unveiled by the night. Turning to address the hitchhiker, the driver's blood turns to ice as they find the seat empty. The realization dawns with a terrifying clarity. Their passenger has vanished into thin air. This moment of shock marks a pivotal turn in the story, propelling the driver towards a destiny intertwined with the supernatural. As the driver glanced over, their hearts skipped a beat. The back seat, which had just been occupied by the whispering hitchhiker, was now eerily empty. Confusion and fear mingled, chilling the air even further. The car seemed to drive itself as silence engulfed the space where the figure had been. Arriving at the whispered location, the driver's eyes fell upon an old, abandoned house. It stood desolate, windows like dark, unblinking eyes. The eeriness of the building seemed to seep into the driver's bones, a foreboding sense of history and tragedy lingering in the cold night air. Inside, the silence was broken by soft, indistinct whispers that seemed to emanate from the very walls of the house. As the driver moved cautiously through the decrepit rooms, the whispers grew louder, revealing snippets of a tragic tale. They spoke of sorrow, of a life unexpectedly cut short. Suddenly, a chill ran down the driver's spine, the temperature dropping inexplicably. The whispers intensified, no longer just echoes of the past, but urgent, almost pleading. Leave, they seemed to say, a spectral warning that urged the driver towards the safety of the outside world. Breathless, the driver fled the house, the night air feeling surprisingly warm compared to the cold grip of the abandoned home. Just as they reached the safety of their car, a final whisper of thank you brushed their ear, a ghostly farewell from the hitchhiker whose story remained tethered to the old, forlorn house. The driver, shaken by the encounter, couldn't shake off the eerie feeling that enveloped him. His mind replayed the moment of the hitchhiker's disappearance, grappling with reality. The silence of the night seemed to whisper secrets, a constant reminder of the ghostly passenger that had once occupied the seat beside him. Research into the mysterious location revealed a tragic past, a story that sent shivers down the driver's spine. The hitchhiker had been a young woman who died tragically near the old, abandoned house years ago. Her spirit, it seemed, was anchored to the spot, forever replaying her untimely demise. The road, once a familiar path, now held a haunting presence for the driver. Night drives, especially near the location, became unthinkable. The memory of the ghostly hitchhiker was a constant companion, a specter that lingered in the periphery of his everyday life, urging him to steer clear of the lonely road. In a different tale of terror, a group of teenagers stumbled upon an ornate, ancient mirror hidden in an attic. The discovery was thrilling, a perfect centerpiece for their adventure into the unknown. Little did they know, the mirror held a dark history, tied to a woman accused of witchcraft named Mary. Legend had it that Mary's spirit was trapped within the mirror, a consequence of her tragic fate at the hands of superstition and fear. The teenagers, amused and skeptical, decided to perform a ritual, a call to the spirit of Mary. What began as a joke soon spiraled into a night of unexplainable occurrences, a venture into a realm beyond their understanding. In an attic thick with dust and shadows, a group of teenagers stumbled upon an old, ornately framed mirror. Rumors had long swirled around the small town about its original owner, Mary, a woman accused of witchcraft centuries ago. The mirror, they said, was her last possession, a gateway to her tormented soul. Egged on by a mix of teenage bravado and curiosity, they decided to summon Mary's spirit as a joke. Standing hand in hand around the mirror, they recited a ritual found in an old book. As the final words echoed in the cramped attic, the mirror's surface began to swirl, a shadowy figure slowly materializing within its depths. The air around them grew inexplicably cold, their breaths visible in the dim light. From the mirror, a voice whispered, a sound so chilling it seemed to freeze their very souls. The atmosphere thickened with dread, the weight of unseen eyes watching them from the glass. Panic set in as objects around the room started to move on their own, as if controlled by an unseen force. The teenagers were gripped by a terror so profound it rooted them to the spot. It was then the mirror cracked, a hand reaching out from the shattered glass, its intentions unknown. In a moment of sheer panic, one of the teenagers grabbed a heavy object and threw it at the mirror, breaking it further. The figure's hand retracted, and the room fell silent. They fled the attic, leaving behind the broken mirror, but the pieces still held a reflection of Mary's face, a haunting reminder of the night's terror. In the aftermath of breaking the mirror, the teenagers felt an immediate, eerie silence envelop the attic. The fractured glass lay scattered, each piece reflecting a distorted version of Mary's anguished face. They had silenced her spirit, or so they thought, unaware of the consequences their actions would unleash. Leaving the attic, a sense of unease followed the group home. The broken mirror pieces seemed to have awakened something they couldn't comprehend. Mary's whispers infiltrated their dreams, a constant reminder of the boundary they had carelessly crossed. The spirit of the witch they had mocked now haunted their every step. As the days passed, strange occurrences began to unfold around them. Objects moved without explanation, and the air would sometimes grow inexplicably cold. The whispers grew louder, more insistent, as if Mary was seeking something from them, a plea from beyond the mirror they had shattered. Realizing the gravity of their mistake, the teenagers knew they had to make amends. The legend of Mary, once a source of amusement, had become a terrifying reality. They decided to return to the attic, hoping to apologize to Mary's spirit and put an end to the haunting. With trepidation, they approached the attic, the broken mirror pieces in hand. They called out to Mary, their voices trembling, offering apologies for their thoughtless actions. It was a desperate bid for peace, a hope that acknowledging Mary's suffering would grant them respite from the relentless whispers that now pervaded their lives. In the heart of a forgotten forest lies a cursed pond, known to locals as the place where shadows dwell. Rumors surround its existence, whispering tales of those who ventured too close, never to return the same. Despite stark warnings, a curious hiker, drawn by the allure of the unknown, decides to uncover the truth behind the eerie waters. As night falls, enveloping the woods in darkness, the pond reveals its true nature. The water, unnaturally black, mirrors no moonlight, appearing as a gaping void in the earth. It's in this chilling moment that the hiker realizes the gravity of their decision, standing on the edge of an abyss. From the depths, shadows begin to stir, whispering to the hiker voices that felt both ancient and familiar. An inexplicable pull towards the water overcomes them, as if the pond itself yearned for contact. These whispers, barely audible over the rustling leaves, promise secrets hidden beneath the surface. Compelled by a force beyond understanding, the hiker extends a hand towards the water. The moment their fingertips brush the surface, a sensation of life, or something akin to it, pulsates from the pond. It feels alive, hungry, pulling at their very essence, urging them to plunge into the darkness. Breaking free from the water's grasp, the hiker stumbles back, heart racing with a mix of fear and relief. They realize the curse is not bound to the pond, but has latched onto them, a chilling souvenir of their reckless curiosity. Shadows now linger in their periphery, whispering of the pond's secrets, a constant reminder of the night they dared to touch the cursed waters. The hiker felt a chilling, almost sentient coldness as their fingertips grazed the surface of the black pond. What should have been a mere reflection of the moon above was a dark abyss that seemed to pulsate with life. The water, impossibly black and thick, clung to their fingers, pulling with a force that belied its calm appearance. In the days following the encounter, the hiker noticed shadows where there shouldn't be any. These weren't ordinary shadows cast by objects or beings. They whispered secrets in a language that felt ancient, yet somehow familiar. The whispers weren't just auditory hallucinations. They seemed to seep into the hiker's very soul, echoing the dark allure of the pond. Determined to rid themselves of this curse, the hiker sought out local lore and legends, hoping to find a solution. They learned of a ritual believed to seal the pond's malevolence, a ritual that required bravery and a return to the source of their nightmare. The knowledge was a beacon of hope, yet it cast a shadow of dread over the pond. Armed with the ritual's intricate details, the hiker stood at the edge of the pond once more. The water, still as death and as black as the void, seemed to anticipate the hiker's intentions. Chanting the ancient words, they performed the ritual, each syllable a defiance against the darkness that sought to claim them. As the final words were uttered, the pond's surface began to tremble, then cleared, reflecting the night sky with purity uncharacteristic of its previous state. The curse was lifted, the shadows banished, yet the whispers lingered in the hiker's mind, a haunting reminder of the night they touched the essence of the black pond. Upon returning to the ominous black pond, the determined hiker performed an ancient ritual under the cloak of night, chanting words lost to time. As the final incantation was spoken, the once menacing dark waters began to clear, reflecting the moon's serene light. The curse was finally lifted, yet in the quiet moments before dawn, the whispers of the pond lingered, a haunting reminder of the darkness that once dwelled within. This brings us to the end of our trilogy for this evening. We hope you have enjoyed our cautionary tales. If you would like to see more of our horror stories, please like and subscribe to our channel to enjoy more terror tales. For now, sleep well, viewer, and we hope to see you next time. Well, I got the soul guitar now.